So in today's video, we'll be looking at how Ange Postecoglou will set up his Tottenham side going into the upcoming season. We gathered this data based on observations and information from his time as Celtic boss. So, how will Ange Postecoglou set up his Tottenham side going into the upcoming season?
So Ange Postecoglou will look to set up in a 4-3-3 formation. New signing Vicario will start. He's a ball playing goalkeeper, so he can play out from the back. That's his role, and it's a great sign for Tottenham. Obviously Romero and Van der Ven, who Tottenham look to be getting. Van der Ven, he's very good with dribbling with the ball. He's a very ball progressing defender.
Is he quick as well?
Very quick as well, yeah. So and same with Romero. Romero isn't a natural ball playing defender, but he will look to bring the ball up, play the ball. Porro and Udogie, who we'll move on to later, but they're playing a new role, so it'd be interesting to see how they get on. And Bissouma in that CDM role where he'll be playing in the Postecoglou role, Postecoglou system, sorry, just like he was at Brighton. And then Maddison and Bentancur, both as the two advanced midfielders. Maddison could be deployed on the left or the right.
Do you think Maddison will sort of play as a number 8?
Yes. He'll play in the number 8 role. He won't play attacking midfield in a 4-2-3-1, which a lot of people might think. I think he'll play in a number 8 role and he'll advance on from there. And of course, the front three is Kulusevski, Kane, Son.
On his day, one of the best in the league. So, how will this formation differ during attacking scenarios?
Very high, different to what the past 3 managers have been, Mourinho, Nuno and Conte. Completely different style of football. It'd certainly be more entertaining for Tottenham fans to watch. And as you can see, the wingers get high and wide. This is exactly how he played with the Celtic system. The wingers were high and wide, and then you'd have the 2 midfielders advancing into the box. And as I'll explain later, but all of the forward players sort of share out goals, because that's how Postecoglou likes to play. It's not a very it's not never reliant on one player. Jota at Celtic is a great example of obviously how they share out goals, because he's the main man and he's only brought 13 goals last season. But that's how he'll look to play. Put the wingers wide, midfielders advancing in to pick up goals, and Bissouma just, as you can see, the CDM role just outside, and then the 2 defenders both on the halfway line, and then the 2 fullbacks. As I was saying earlier, they're in a new system and they'll be deployed as inverted fullbacks, and their job is to protect these 2 right here, Van der Ven and Romero. And so it's not really, the fullbacks aren't really used as an attacking outlet much, and they're more used to protect the defence.
And Van der Ven's got his pace to cover, I presume.
Of course, yes.
That's the key there.
Yes.
So what issues would this cause the opposition?
So what they look to do is they look to condense the team. So as you can see, it's very high.
Yeah.
So the opposition, as you can see, will be very condensed in, and they'll look to push them in, and their job is to win the ball back in high areas. That's exactly how Postecoglou likes to win the ball back. He's played like that in every team he's been at, no matter how good or bad. No matter how good or bad he's playing with the team he's managing, and no matter who against, he'll look to just play this way every time. And that is the sole job, is just to win the ball really high up in the areas.
So teams will struggle to play out, I presume.
Of course, yeah. Again, like I said, it'll be completely different to the previous managers, and the team will be looked to be really, really high up, and hopefully win the ball high in areas and pounce on mistakes on the opposition.
If Porro and Udogie don't suit the inverted fullback role, how will Postecoglou utilise them in his system?
I think he'll look to place put these 2 fullbacks, so Porro out here where Kulusevski is, and Udogie out where Son is, because both them 2 fullbacks are renowned for being very good out in the wings. Porro is crossing from the wing, especially, is very good. Same with Udogie. They're not naturally inverted fullbacks. Porro hasn't never played in the back 4 either, which would be obviously a thing for him to get used to. But if he deploys them out here, and what he'll look to do is then put Kulusevski and Son where Bentancur and Maddison is. And have them as sort of the attacking outlets there. And then you might think, what will be happening to these two? So I think Maddison will sort of fill in for the Bissouma role here. And then you'll have Bissouma and Bentancur protecting the 2 defenders right there.
So they're basically these 2, they'll move from there and out to there, and then these 2 will fill in those positions that those 2 left.
Exactly. Because you'll think Porro and Udogie, you're very much utilising them to their strengths. That is
first time crosses.
Exactly. Yeah. Crosses from out wide. If you'll see from last season, Porro was especially good at crossing the ball from wide areas. Udogie is the exact same. So that is where you will get benefits from putting them out there. Kulusevski and Son obviously both clinical, especially Son. Kane will be in the box, and Maddison will sort of fill in Basuma's role, but just be a bit more advanced because obviously he's not a CDM.
Yeah,
And then Bentancur and Basuma will just fill in for the two fullbacks there and protect the defence.
So, how will Harry Kane be utilised in Postecoglou's system in comparison to how he was utilised under previous Tottenham coaches?
Well, in previous systems, obviously he dropped a lot deeper.
Yeah.
But in this system, he will stay in the box. Very rarely he'll drop deep unless Postecoglou gives him the licence to be a free roam, which Conte has done, and same with Mourinho. So unless he's given a free roam, I do not see Kane dropping deep as much as he did, because the job for the striker in the Celtic system is to be a presser, as we mentioned about Jota earlier. Sacrificed a lot of his goals.
That's their main job, their main role.
Very much, yeah. Just to press the defenders and, again, help win the ball back in high areas. Obviously, we know Kane's not a pressing man, so it'd be interesting to see what Postecoglou does and see how he deals with that. But Kane will very much be in the box, in and around there, scoring goals, rather than dropping deep, again, like I said, unless Postecoglou gives him a free roam role.
So what do you think, if Kane leaves this summer, let's say he does, because obviously it's been rumoured, do you think that will affect how Postecoglou sets up his side? Do you reckon it will negatively impact it, positively, or do you not think it really matters?
No, because I think this is where you could see Richarlison pop in there and become the presser man, which would suit his strengths. He's aggressive, he'll be a great presser.
Yeah.
That would suit him. Richarlison would fill in that role there. And as we've seen at the World Cup, Richarlison does have the ability to score goals for Tottenham, as he did it for Brazil. The striker,
Everton as well, did it for Everton.
And for Everton as well.
Double figures did he get?
He did, yes. I think it was... Well, I'm not sure the numbers on that, I'm not going to say, but he did get double figures in playing up front for them.
Yeah.
But, again, the striker's role, he isn't the main man, so Richarlison wouldn't have that pressure of being Kane, because people might think of it as Richarlison for Kane swap. It's not exactly like that with this system.
The goals are shared out, like you said.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Richarlison wouldn't be the main man in this system, so I think that would certainly suit him. But if you didn't think Richarlison would be good enough, someone like Jonathan David, he'd be great. You know, he plays over 19 presses per game back in 2021, I believe. 19
presses per match, that's a lot.
Yeah, 10 of which were in the final third, and 5 of them which were successful. So, you know,
that's among the high percentile strikers, isn't it?
Yeah, yes, it is for sure. And he would be a great addition if Kane were to leave. I've seen Tottenham have been linked to him, so that would be a great signing if Kane were to go. Another one similar would be Brennan Johnson at Nottingham Forest. Again, another striker who is very good at pressing, winning the ball high up in areas, quick, pacey. Again, him and David, you might not think of them as a good goal scorer, you know, striker. You might be thinking, oh, they wouldn't be great Kane replacements, but as you've got to think of it as they wouldn't be like for like replacements.
They offer something different.
Exactly. They wouldn't be playing that Kane role. They'd be playing a role to just press, and that is their job.
You think that if Brennan Johnson's playing where Kane is, he's quick, agile. He'll be able to get around, press the centre backs in and around the 6-yard box, in and around this area here.
Of course, losing Kane, it's not going to be easy.
No, it's not.
I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, lose Kane, no problem, because there is obviously a problem. He's one of the best strikers in the world, has been for years, and will continue to be. So losing him is just going to be an effect on the club anyway. But it's not all over if he does decide to go. If Tottenham get it right and sign the right profile,
it's not as bad as it seemed at the start of the summer.
No, it's not. If they get the right profile in, then we could see the team flourishing with some,
maybe win trophies.
Possibly so, yeah.
So that's how Ange Postecoglou will set up his side going into the upcoming campaign. If you have liked this video, be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as well. Also, comment down below if you think Tottenham will do well this season. How do you think they will fare under their new manager? Will they fare better than they did under Pochettino and Mourinho and Conte? How do you think they will do? Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next one.